Oh, excuse me.
Good evening, ladies, lords, and lasses, and all those in between. It is I, your humble game master, the deathly Shad, and his lovely little co-hosts, or players, as other people might refer to them as. Percival, say hi to the people.
Torture victims, as some others may describe us.
Percival, say hi to the people.
Hello, people. It is I, Percival, the best player and character at the table.
Not really. Agathar, say hi to the people.
Hi, the most scared player on the table.
I believe it. Rensois, say hi to the people.
I don't know. Soren was pretty scared.
Well, you didn't say hi.
But hello.
Good. Soren, say hi to the people.
Don't tell me what to do. What are you, the GM?
And
I am your god here.
I mean, Rance was not wrong. I was kind of scared shitless.
Uh-huh.
One god is the emperor of mankind.
Alright, and Vaelyn, say hi to the people.
What's up?
Hey, look at that.
We're all gonna die.
No,
just you.
It's fine, we have clones.
I gotta torture you more before I kill you. Duh. That's how this works, don't you know?
What I'm hearing is my adamantine skeleton is already at max. Gotcha.
Don't worry about it. You'll be
We
fine.
still don't know what that do, though.
I do.
You do. I said we.
What them
You are not
bones do,
included.
What the
All
bones
right.
doing?
What the bones do? Anyway, so when last we left our adventurers, Agathar the kobold necromancer, Percival the halfling divination wizard, Rendezvous the rabbit folk monk, Soren the rabbit folk samurai, Vaelyn the rabbit folk cleric, the party had a moment of respite, playing a lovely game of truth or dare in which drinks were imbibed and some small revelations were made, while others were quashed. Yet, while others passed the time, Vaelyn was reliving his memories, learning that his childhood was promising and nice, at least before his father came home one day with his personality shifted, concentrating more on making his children and wife stronger by putting them through hell, for a lack of a better word. Lana had apparently been suffering a similar fate, but took solace in the company granted by Vaelyn and his twin sister, Vani, which I will type out for you in the chat, Vaelyn, because you remember your sister's name.
Kind of name is that?
It's your sister's name. What do you mean?
When he awoke, he found himself able to remember all the way up to the age of 12, at which point a time skip of 4 years of more blank memories before he woke up as Mel's apprentice. In the meantime, Agathar infiltrated the Debt Lord's tower in order to find Soren's weapons Migi and Hidari, with the help of his newfound friend Amalia, a slime girl that implored him to retrieve food for her. He found his way into Raymier's room, and then he found Soren's blades. As I remember, I need music. Yes, we will use this. There we go. Yet, just as he was about to collect the precious items, Raymier entered the room. Yet, mistaking Agathar for an escort by the name of the Golden Boy, he shrugged off the small kobold bathed in gold paint as nothing but that. With his guard down and his mask off, Raymier revealed to Agathar that he was actually wanting to help change Merzye for the better by taking control of the income from the Debt Lords. Yet, he had been thrown off of his plan by the arrival of the party. An arrival that had set him on edge because he knows they intend to kill him for crimes he simply did not commit. That Agathar is dating his ex-wife, that he has and that he is certainly, and that he is, jeez, my phrasing here.
Yeah, get it out.
That Agathar is dating his ex-wife, and that he believes that Raymier certainly killed his son, which he didn't do. Working the overstressed male with a wonderful massage along his back, perverts. Agathar managed to get a few heartfelt confessions from a normally cold and callused Raymier before snuggling with him as he cried himself to sleep. Agathar wiggled free after a moment before taking both Raymier's memory box and Soren's blades, leaving him a note that simply reads, "I believe in you, but I need my own answers."
I believe in you.
No, I believe you, but I need my own answers. I am very sorry for everything. I know loss is maddening, but don't let two people die that day. A note left with no signature before he dove off the tower and to his rendezvous point, leaving behind a happy and well-fed slime in his wake, and his mission accomplished, but with far more questions than he had before. Is Raymier really evil? Did Soy Fang truly murder her son, Agarious? If not her, then who? Who knows? I don't. Let's find out as we return to the Rains of Vitrium. So, to start with, Vaelyn, Rensois, Soren, and Percival, the four of you are currently seated in a room together. Rensois, you just finished explaining what all has been going on to Vaelyn, so why don't you guys pick up from there with Vaelyn's reactions to the situation that you all find yourselves in?
So all of this shit happened in one day.
Care to share?
Yes, well, everything has been rather eventful, yes. How long has Agathar been gone?
Kind of like shrugs.
Roll a history
she
check.
She looks at her bare wrist as the alcohol in her glass spills on her lap. Is like, ooh.
I will say as a reminder,
Yes.
when Vaelyn woke up, Agathar just got into the room with Raymier.
I know, that's why I'm telling people to check their watches. To do history checks.
Soren's not in the room. He's still out getting water for Vaelyn.
18.
Disadvantage. I am drunk.
Also disadvantage for Rensois too, because she is also drunk.
So then 9.
With a 15, Percival, you're able to kind of like you're a little bit more sobered up because of the conversation topics before in this point in time. But
No, I'm just that good.
but you are able to properly ascertain that it has been roughly 3.5-ish hours since Agathar left, when he was supposed to be back 2 hours ago.
Right.
Or when he was supposed to be back after 2 hours.
Well, he was supposed to be here like an hour or so ago, 2 hours. But again, I haven't heard from Smudge or Blop.
And I will twitch a little bit.
They can reach out to me. I feel like if something terrible had happened, I would know at this point.
Flash forward to them being smothered.
Well, I mean, it's telepathic.
I mean,
Vaelyn
you
will...
could burn a spell slot to look through their eyes.
I suppose I do that.
Okay.
I slovenly like let me just burn some spell energy now that I have access to it to see where he's at and put your mind at ease. And what do
Sees
I
the
what
inside of a
horrible
slime.
what horrible thing do I see?
So, what you see is when you look through Smudge's eyes, you see that you are completely encased in this translucent green goo. And since you're sharing senses with them, you can feel hands all around you, slowly petting your back, squishing your feet, squishing your little toe beans. Like, you know how people like pick up their cat's front paws and they like put their thumbs onto their soles and kind of like make their front paw beans just kind of like splay outwards and like show their claws.
Yes, I am aware.
That's what's happening to all the Smudge's feet.
I'm experiencing this, and then I like a horrible event happening to someone in the middle of a good dream. I'm like, excuse me, because they can hear me.
It truly is disturbing, though, having to suddenly your senses just overflow with just being felt.
What in the fuck are you two doing?
We're causing a distraction.
Is that what you call this?
That's what this is. She put us in her belly.
I'm
can't get
sorry,
out.
who? What?
The guardian of the tower.
Guardian of what tower?
Agathar was asked to take pictures of like the big shield generator in the top of these towers, and we encountered the little slimy girl guardian, and well, we're currently trapped in her belly while he goes and gets her food.
Oh my god. Did he finish the mission? Is he just doing an errand for a stranger?
Yeah, pretty much. He did finish the mission, though. He got his pictures. I have never been so conflicted about my current position. Like, the scritches feel good, but I'm inside of a woman, and I don't know how to feel about this.
First time.
Agathar, me too, buddy.
I'm gonna need therapy after this.
Look, you can just leave us here. You're supposed to come back and pick us up. Probably. I hope.
Not my most. Yeah.
Look, we took a bullet for him. It was either us getting hugs or it was him getting hugs.
Well, where is he now?
Yeah, in the tower somewhere.
In the tower. Which tower?
The middle one?
Is that the one that has the caravan in it?
No.
Which one do I know? Which one is Raymier's?
The middle one, yes.
Fucking hell.
I mean, I could maybe ask the slime lady where he is. Like, you know, she gave him a friendship bracelet.
A friendship bracelet, cool, great. Now he's got some kind of magical detection on him. Oh, I'm going to slap that boy across the back of the head so hard his teeth will chatter.
I mean, that's one way to handle it. Oh no, she's getting under the chin too. I don't know how to feel about this.
I'm just like, Smudge. I need Smudge to say something, anything. I need someone with sense to speak to me.
Smudge is currently purring.
Ah, you betrayal.
Just a traitor.
like, currently speaking, Smudge is just like in pure nirvana right now, just like yes, all the pets. I don't get treatment like this.
Smudge.
The person will tries to talk to Smudge, and she just gets a thing back that just says, "The person you are trying to reach at this location can't answer the phone right now."
Yeah, pretty much.
I need you. Fine, use her. Get something for me. I need to know he's alive and kicking, or I'm in big shit.
Oh, okay. I can do that much for you. Hey, slime lady. You can talk. Why we're talking, kitty? And you see like these two large hands come into view and just kind of like push themselves into the slime and just kind of like reach in, kind of like curl around Smudge and just kind of like scritch a little bit more. Wow, you're like a magical kitty. I love you. Yeah, I love you too, Toots. Hey, do you know where our friend Raphael is? Oh, yeah, I know where he is. He's currently giving someone a massage.
All of this out of context is so great.
I think it's
Just
like
waiting.
it's like a weird cat man.
Here it is.
Scribble is gonna grab Agathar's gun and just shoot him fucking dead.
Have you ever wondered how grenades taste?
No, I actually personally like Vaelyn. Here, you deal with it.
Holy yeah. You deal with him before I do something dumb.
So, I was speaking into a muted microphone, of course. So she's kind of crawling into the link. I need a fur pattern, something, anything. I need to know if he's fucking rubbing down who I think he is.
Hey, pretty cool and cute slime lady. Can you like tell me who he's massaging? Oh yeah, he's got like purple eyes and like black fur. He's like super jacked. He has like a lot of muscle on him. He looks tasty.
Probably about this time that Soren would be walking back into the room with water for everybody, not just Vaelyn.
Just you can practically hear the drool in her voice.
I just like Percival.
Roll a
It's just
history
like
check, Percival.
I don't need one.
Oh, you don't? Yeah, you don't. A 14's good enough. That sounds like Raymier.
Oh, like you come in and you like Percy's eyes are white, but you can just hear her going like, oh no.
He called him like the golden boy, but like he's not gold underneath the paint. He's like teal and stuff.
Paint? There's paint. Okay. Oh. What in the fuck do I tell her?
What do I tell her? So that way she doesn't assault someone.
Well, this is like when she rolls back in and hears me mumbling to myself a method of trying to come lightly to you with that current information.
Agathar's rubbing down Raymier.
As I pull myself out of this and I look over and I see this like, oh shit.
Agathar is laying down Raymier. I mean...
So, good
What,
news
is he
and bad
okay?
news? Okay is a relative term. He is currently not physically harmed or in immediate danger.
Soren's handing a glass of water to Renswa right now.
She is not paying attention. What do you mean immediate danger?
She's like rubbing her temples. From what I was able to glean from Smudge, who is currently being held captive by what appears to be an imbecile. Uh, he is currently in the center gold tower, giving Raymier a rub down. Not a sensual one, I hope.
So Soren has already already laid a glass of water down next to Vaelyn. If he's not like sitting up, he would have put the glass of water like on a nightstand or something next to the bed. And as the glass comes down in front of Renswat, stops like at about her forehead level. Like I'm assuming she's sitting down, right?
Yeah.
Not any fucking
Yeah.
more.
Well, no.
Yeah, and
Well, no. She's still sitting, mostly because error.
so yeah, so like
silence.
There's just like the sound of glass, like the anime like glass shattering of just like, or like the record skip of just.
Raymier just all of a sudden goes, "Well, why do I feel like I'm getting an anime stare down?"
Don't know where this comes from.
Come again?
Am I still asleep?
Well, I mean, Raymier certainly might.
Let me roll a performance check. Hold on.
You didn't do anything with him.
So is Vaelyn still asleep?
No, that's what Vaelyn says hearing this. Am I still asleep?
No, this is very much a real fucking thing.
So I'm sorry. You said he was giving Raymier a rub down?
So, if I am to glean anything from this, he was doing a mission to take some kind of pictures and got caught by the person guarding it, who seems to be as dull as the day is long, and was
Prince
coerced
was.
into getting food, and somehow managed to get himself in a room with the man we are currently working to fucking kill.
Like, meanwhile, Rincewa's been slowly reaching up to grab the glass of water.
I'd like to imagine that her hand just misses it a couple times, and then she finally takes it.
And then when she does, like Soren's hand doesn't move; it's still there, just like grasping an invisible glass of water.
And okay,
He's not good.
okay. She stands up and
He is-
starts walking for the door.
No, wait, he has not been seen yet.
Nope, I'm going to kill him. I'm
Yes,
going to
do
kill
so.
him.
But you can't go and get him. You're going to get him killed before you can do the deed yourself.
So are you? Wait, you're talking about we're talking about Raymier, not Agathar, right?
Well, I am
course I'm talking
assuming
about
it's a bit
Raymier.
of both at this point.
No, he's just going to get a stern talking to.
Oh, well, from what I understand, it is a thing of mistaken identity. He doesn't know it's Agathar. Agathar is apparently in disguise.
So who does he think it is? A prostitute?
Some masseuse. I don't know. He called him Golden Boy.
Soren kind of snarks at that.
Just the hand around the glass and just clenches. There's like the sound of like light splintering of glass.
As it starts spider webbing in her hand.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I mean, fuck it. Roll strength. No disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't that matter because you're so pissed off at Agathar?
Can I
Heck,
argue?
roll at
Can I
advantage.
argue debts because monks?
Sure.
Hell yeah!
I mean,
And before I roll
actually,
a
you know what?
2.
You know what? Wisdom. I'll.
Oh well, my wisdom is the same as my dex.
Okay. Well, Yeah, there is some spider webbing in the glass. It's kind of like your key imbues your strength to kind of like grip it.
Grab his dick and twist it.
How do you know
At
he's
this-
not into that?
At this point, Vaelyn will try to get up and stumble. Shad, just
What?
just to see if you get the memes or not. Can I get a high or low from you?
You know what? Sure. I'll call high.
Nope. The dice chose. It's keeping the 12. No funny growth. Vaelyn is now officially 7-1.
He stands up. He's scratching
Daddy?
the
What?
ceiling. Soren, you may not have them in your hands, but looking at Vaelyn's new height, you can practically hear the squeals and the scribblings as like a faint echo of what should be there.
Why is everyone getting taller?
Oh shit. Vaelyn will stumble a bit. Oh.
His footsteps are heavier.
As much as this hurts.
A growth spurt, hey?
There is surprisingly no pain.
Shad. Shut.
That's what happened.
This is muscles that have expanded also.
I'm gonna talk
Well,
about
that's what
those.
happens when all of your bones straighten out.
I think for once you should be a little patient with this. Last thing we need is to,
Patient.
at worst, lose more than one person, and he'll just collapse back down on the bed. Nope, not used to that. It feels good to breathe properly, though.
Look, there's very little we can do about Agathar right now. I trust in his resourcefulness. I mean, the fact that the man hasn't done anything yet is excused to the fact that he's been able to fool him so far. And I don't really have much else I can gleam in his favor. Smudge apparently had some hand in at least helping him get past that guard before they were promptly abducted and treated like a cute pet. Not typically what I assume from something like Smudge. I honestly don't know what we should do now.
Rest. From what it sounds like, it's not going to be easy going out for a while.
An underestimation. I suppose we will see.
I've been sleeping for a while. If you all want to sleep first, I'll be awake for a bit, and I go wait until Agathar gets back. Because there's not much we can do in this instance.
Hey, Vaelyn, you can join in Truth or Dare now.
Yes.
Did anyone else hear that? Is that just the wind?
Must have
Who
been
knows your what?
Couldn't have been anyone important.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah, Soren's gonna look at Vaelyn and just go,
Well, welcome back to the land of the cognizant, anyways.
Yep.
You're back to being slightly less stupid than you were.
And this is Valen's first time actually noticing, they're like cognizant seeing Soren as a woman.
Were you always like that?
I think you got it light out of everyone else.
Well, I don't know. It's taken me a bit to get used to this, but still got a ways to go.
Yeah. As Vaelyn starts stretching, you notice as he pops his shoulder out and pops it back in. Okay, that one just realigned now.
So do we wait and hope he's alright, or I don't know. Perhaps the thieves had this place happen to have someone on the inside who can help him out of that situation.
Those thieves
Anyone?
put him into that situation.
They did. They also maimed Vaelyn with their cure. We can get leverage. Get them to help. Maybe get them to help without trying to gouge us more willingly. If they want our help, they will.
I mean, we know what tower he's in.
The center one.
There's a spell for this, right? Is there anyone at the current moment that can cast it?
Which spell?
The one that allows you to send a message that's like 20. It's very short message.
Sending,
Like 20.
yes.
Yes, that
Who
one.
would I send it to? I could just go downstairs.
To Agathar.
Oh. Yes, I actually could do that.
I don't have a.
But do you want me to whisper in his ear while he's in the middle of trying to stay incognito?
Well, I mean, would anyone else but him hear it?
No, but I'm certain it would cause him to jump. What would you want me to say?
Soren just like shrugs and he goes,
I don't know. I'm kind of panicked here. It just came to mind.
Francois, anything?
Well, my plan to burn the tower down is being vetoed, so
It's made
I'm
of
fresh
stone
out
and
of
steel,
ideas.
dear. You cannot burn it so easily. We could blow it up, but I don't have access to the caravan.
not literally burn it down. Probably.
I don't have the spell for that anymore.
We would be losing out on our allies if we did that. We need to get him out of there. I could just messaging him and letting him know that we know he's there is going to add stress where it is not needed.
Just
And if we don't have any helpful information to impart to him, we're doing more harm than good.
Just check in with Smudge every so often. Please.
Okay. I'll do my best. I
Aggressive
can do
growling.
"You will do no such thing. I'm busy."
I console Rensois, pat, rub their back. If I can reach,
I need another drink.
I can do this very easily. As I impart onto them another cool, refreshing beverage.
Alright. Now, how long do you wait before you check in with Smudge again?
What, like 30? Like, yeah, I think, like, after this conversation, I don't know how long. It's like, I think to myself, like, how long are massages normally? Do we have an idea?
No, better question. How long does Swap let us wait?
A fair question to ask.
30 minutes later, check in on him. Check in on him now. Do it.
I do so.
All right.
I disappointed.
All right. You get back. Apparently he's still giving him a rub down.
How? Why?
He's being
They're
very
so mad.
thorough. Getting all them muscle groups. And maybe a bit more.
The cat's giving him the bedroom eyes.
Yeah, the cat's giving him the bedroom eyes now, apparently.
I think he's gonna take the kobold to Pound Town.
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Exactly. I think it's about to take that kobold to Pound Town. I don't really
Hold
know.
on, what
I am
what are
going
the
to
shoes?
find you so deeply you'll never see the hells or the sky again.
Hold on. Actually, you know what? News update. Apparently he's a bottom.
It's like there's a couple of beans that he wants to give the kobold, but then none of them are on his feet.
Lot, I swear to God. I
Look,
will have you
look,
swimming in holy water.
I'm trying to add levity to the situation here.
I do not want levity, I need information.
I'm giving you
Facts.
information. I'm giving you facts. The cat gave him bedroom eyes. He's giving him a rub down.
She's rubbing her
He's
face.
just tell me what a fault else it
At
is.
the bottom.
And he's a bottom.
I think you knew that one.
I mean, okay, no updates.
Oh, now the
Everything is horrible.
I think Agathar may have pocketed a toy from him.
Thinks for a moment. Could you elaborate on that?
I don't know. There was a stick involved.
Did he find the swords?
I don't know.
You okay? Where is he at now?
It's hard to say. Not many changes. I guess Agathar stole something when he wasn't looking.
He's still undercover, right?
Well, he's currently not dead, so I am assuming yes.
Still in the covers.
I have not mentioned that out of fear of rousing wrath.
A good idea.
You stole something from Agathar. It's something he can't get back.
That's not true. That was already stolen.
Not yet.
Probably good you didn't tell Soren, because Soren probably would have just been like, damn, he works fast.
All right then. How long do you wait for the next one?
Holy shit.
10 minutes. This is all
10
happening very rapidly.
10 minutes.
It's just like, yes, no.
Oh.
I'm
So-
like, updates, come on. I need
20
to-
minutes. 20 minutes. Okay. Run for 1 and 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you get okay. So I don't know what happened in that 20-minute time frame, but now Raymier is crying on Agathar and like cuddled up with him.
I fuck. I apparently. I don't have words for this.
Apparently, but
Did Raymier fail to satisfy Agathar?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
I'm kind of low-key sad that I didn't take Agathar's big thing into a secret chat, so you guys could just be theorizing as to what the fuck is going on right now.
Yeah.
wisdom
all-
at
It's
disadvantage.
also, I'm really glad I'm catching this in real time.
All right, 14. She's not rushing off to the tower yet.
So while all this is happening, Vaelyn,
He's making use of his time. He's stolen something, so he must have found something he had taken from us and gotten it back. What it is, I do not know.
So then, what is it taking him so long to get back then?
I
Take it and
don't.
go.
He's being held up, apparently. That has to be why. I can't imagine he is any other reason. Hopefully. You just have to have faith.
He's being cuddled, damn you. Let him
I
cook.
am not mentioning that part.
He's being
fear.
rude.
Look, Renswa, let the man cook.
So all this is going
The man
on.
will be cooking in hellfire.
Well, while all this is going on, between one of those two checkups, Vaelyn will look at Percy and go, "You have any feathers by chance? I want to see if I can't make an amulet, so I can at least try to cast some spells."
Just looks in your direction almost indignantly. He's like, "Oh, you want my plumage now."
Well, you want me to be able to cast some spells and help out a bit, even though I can't do much right now.
I seem to recall early on you saying something along the lines of not trying to take advantage of you because of my relation to the Ravens. And now it seems as if you are trying to do the same of me.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm just
What is
trying
the
to...
other option? Do we want to run down to the local Hobby Lobby?
I'm only giving him shit. I'll give him the feathers.
Besides, I don't even know if it'll work.
I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit high strung at the moment.
No, it's fine. I understand. We're all on edge. Rightfully so. I don't have a lot more to go on at the moment. I'm kind of trying to wait as long as possible that the hopes of something new develops. But
Wait, is he still giving him a massage?
Was that what
It's
happened
been
last time? No. Currently Raymier is sobbing. I feel like he's told Agathar his life fucking story.
Raymier is sobbing.
Crying like a babe.
Well, I
Good.
know what sobbing is.
Oh, what? I don't know why. Smudge is getting information from an imbecile, so they are very clearly just giving the bare minimum of information.
Agathar said his J's were fake.
Oh no!
I think Agathar says to think about Jays. I can't be sure.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That made me cry.
That make me.
Soren knows what J's are.
Soren's like, I don't even wear shoes, but it makes me hurt inside.
As it may.
Neither does Agathar.
So how long do you wait for the next checkup?
Not very fucking long. Let's be real.
All right, how?
The worry in Percival for the sake of essentially like her little brother.
Okay, so 16 minutes later. All right.
Come on, more. Come on. Something. Anything.
They're still snuggling, and he's still crying.
She's just like rubbing her eyes really hard, and I was like, ugh.
they're still snuggling, and he's still crying.
So, Raymier is still crying, and he's there. I don't know what else to say. I think he's kind of trapped in a social norm. Unable to leave out of fear.
He's apparently curled around him like one of them, like you know how like a cat balls up. He's curled around him like
The
that.
cat balls up. You are currently a fucking cat, you idiot.
He's got a sword. You idiots, we've all got swords.
I don't need details. Just anything changes. Any changes.
I mean,
What
I
is he
don't
doing?
know,
Is he
man.
playing therapist?
I don't know, man. Just like check up in like an hour or so.
I don't. An hour. He is current. She's doing the thing where she like closes her eyes and puts like 2 fingers like in front of her, like on the bridge of her nose. It's like,
Like, I don't have 2 hours. Francois will leave.
this is a sensitive matter. You are currently playing telephone in.
Soren's gonna try and stop Francois.
Oh, jeez.
Well, here, I'll
Uh,
check and see.
What's
Tell-
the progress?
Wisdom save, disadvantage 11. She doesn't leave yet.
What's the check they need to do to make this amulet?
You know what? Did you get the plumage?
Yes, I give him a couple of stray
Okay.
feathers.
It would be a religion check at disadvantage because of exhaustion.
Oh yay!
You destroy the feathers, and I give you a look of like, normally in my circles, it is considered a great boon to be given one's feather, and you're wasting. But you haven't made the check.
Hey, look at that, a 10. A 10 is enough to make a cute amulet, but it's not religious.
Good, you make a.
As in, there's no symbol of power to it, sadly. In the meantime,
There goes that idea.
Blot is just like, okay, look, yeah, you know what, I saw this in a theater once, okay, so tell the bitch to calm down, that you're on the motherfucker.
Smudge, strangle him.
I'm so glad I didn't take a drink at that moment.
I just imagine like just hearing Blot just go like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why, you little?
No, Smudge, we're supposed to be friends.
I cut the connection, and no change.
you hear the out of bounds Smash Brothers game.
Oh, you son of a bitch, you said that right as I took a sip.
I hurt inside because of you.
Alright, we
Look-
can't point fingers. You're a problem.
As best as I can tell,
It's about to be sudden death.
Sudden death.
as best as I can tell, Raymier is crying into him. He's probably. Have you ever?
Oh my god, he is playing therapist.
Yes, he
Oh,
clearly is.
God's preserve me.
Oh, what?
Let's be honest.
Okay?
Well,
This
look,
is how are
Maybe
you not
he's gathering
surprised?
valuable intel.
or objects, power, anything inside that room. There's very likely the inner sanctum at the moment. So,
If Raymier violates him, so help me.
by the sound of it, it feels more like Agathar could have like the chance to do that in return, but I don't feel like that's what he's going to do.
Francois just double fists of glass.
Not like he would. He wouldn't. I'm just saying, Raymier sounds like a bawling pup. It doesn't feel like he's going to be doing any touching.
Wait, are you saying that Raymier's... No, actually, you know what? It would track that Raymier was a bottom. One,
I mean,
bitch energy. Two, there's got to be a reason why he was into one of his servants. Let's just say...
Oh,
this is
Oh.
wow. Okay,
Francois has the cat claws out today. Jeez.
Francois fucking wasted.
Flash cut to Raymier, just oof.
Just like Percival's there, and she's like takes another sip of her wine. It's like, I've never been more attracted to you.
Look, as Francois is saying all that, Soren just like
First
starts
of all, it's just like, I
truly-
should get her drunk more often.
like That's Rensoir's like saying all that, and her fists start like her hands start balling into fists. Soren just starts like slowly backing away from her.
Here,
Soren in the back of
please.
Soren in the back of his mind's like, psycho, dodged a bullet.
Percy's trying to calm her
But
down.
he's still in the way of the door. But
It's always the quiet one.
Hey, come here, quick, come. Try and calm.
I'm trying to calm.
Yes, I know, but you're like 3 feet taller than me. I can't do anything about it from here.
Yes. She will just scooch her chair over and grab Percy and just set her in her lap.
Oh, okay. No, this was better than I expected. There they are.
So much of a blush. All the blush.
it's no longer the water glass that's cracking. It's now Percy's bones.
No,
It's
it's
just like she
You-
wraps an arm around them. She gives them a hug. Relax. Look, you're.
Smudge and Blot just hear. Smudge and Blot just hear the like crash noise of just like a Windows crash sound.
Oh,
Dude.
you were saying, Percival.
I'm so confused.
Don't worry about it.
So yeah, she's just trying to like calm you down. It's like, listen, we never give Agathar enough credit. He is good on his own and strong. Well,
Yes, but and if it was not Raymier, that would be different.
I mean, think of the situation. He's currently got the man sobbing in his lap. That is a lot. He's not seemingly in danger, because he clearly had him beaten the first time in the prison cell. So he doesn't know it's him. That's all. He's fooled a very powerful mage with what I am told is body paint.
I twitch.
Percival like shrinks a little. Right, I didn't mention the body paint.
Why does he have body paint?
I'm assuming to change. He was called Golden Boy, so I am assuming his scales were painted to look like the tower, or in general, just to change his appearance. I don't know how he got to the top of the tower.
He's been gone for how long? How long would paint stay on scales? I mean, like if it's body paint designed to, maybe.
I mean,
Francois, if you would like
Does-
to, since you come from Vitrium, you may roll me a history check or a nature check.
Let's
Well, I
go
would imagine-
nature.
So I would imagine that the paint would stay on for a while
24.
unless you eat it.
Oh my god.
Ooh. With
That's
a
11.
Oh yeah, 11, because I'm drunk as shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I will say
I mean-
within. I will say within
Well,
11.
no, you know.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. I need to check a thing.
Oh.
Is that one of the ones?
Holy shit.
Yeah,
I think-
nature is. Yeah, because I had forgot that I had disadvantage. In
Oh,
which
so you're gonna
case I
spend
would
a
have.
key point?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a key point for one with nature.
Sure thing. 24. With a 24, you are a native Vitrumite. They have a literal college there called the College of Paints. You would know that some particular brands of body paint can just stay on 24 hours until they are quite literally washed off with a proper washing material. And that some of them are even edible in that you can lick them off the person. For reasons.
Because Vitrium.
That's Vitrium.
Look, no
Because
one
it's-
is going to shirk the fact that edible paint is a fast-selling product in certain circles.
That's Rensoir who needs to tell you guys that. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying that because I think
There's
that's
one
hilarious.
long streak where there's no paint on his neck.
It's from the tears, I swear.
The tears, I swear, we didn't do anything. Then how come you're shuffling on the chair like it's uncomfortable to sit?
Anyway.
Why are you looking uncomfortable?
Anyway, Renswa, go ahead with what you were going to say.
Yeah, she will just. I mean, assuming it's like Vitrium College of Paint's paint, I suppose they could have shipped some up this far north, probably.
South. Well, no, wait. West. It's west.
I mean,
West.
Yeah.
He doesn't sweat. He's a kobold. His scales and that. So there's no reason it would rub off so quickly.
Unless it's being cried off.
Or eaten off?
Why
would it be eaten
off?
He's just shrugged.
I'm just trying every.
The violent head turns.
just pupils grow then shrink violently.
He starts chuckling. Goes,
Well, it was a joke. You know that joke about kids
Joke.
eating paint? Wait, is that actually a thing that could be done with this paint?
Oh, I should do this more often.
I just like look at you like, what in the fuck
Very
are
heavy
you talking
breathing.
about?
Renswa, you know that edible paint does exist.
Why in the fuck would they use edible paint in a espionage mission?
I don't know. It was a joke. I'm sorry. I'm trying to add some levity here.
Agathar is in the top of a building with the fucking man who put us in a prison cell.
There's nothing we can do about it right now. So all we can do is just sit and wait. And
I know. I suppose that caught me off guard.
Francois just breathes heavily and just leans
relax,
forward to
relax.
the table, just cradles her head in her hands.
I push the chair up next to you and I hop into it, and then I kind of rub your back because I have to be on a chair to reach your back now. I swear to God. Do you know, I have this feeling your fucking mother did this so it would be harder for us to be together, because I feel like I may need to invest in stilts.
You know what? I'm going to meditate. Let me know when there's an update.
Yes, of course. I will let you know.
And she will take a deep breath and kind of pull her legs up under her in the chair and sit in her little pose where she does like fingers laced but like two circles, like if it's the fucking, if you know from Naruto, the pose that Shikamaru takes when he's thinking. Like it's basically that.
I think I just like you're starting to get into this, and you just feel me like sit in your lap in the middle of this like meditation and sort of like lean back. Okay.
So, assuming you check on him every half hour or so, it takes him roughly another hour and a half to finally be detangled from a now sleeping Raymier. You do note that he does indeed collect the swords, and then he makes his way to the mess hall.
Okay.
He
Rays
then
of sunlight.
You then watch through Smudge's eyes as he emerges from within the tower, a very tall golden dragonborn, before the exoskeleton is ripped off of him by Amalia, leaving just him.
What the fuck is that about?
Yeah, fully naked.
Yes.
She's
He
kind
he
of like
only has a
her
bag of
eyes
holding.
are shut. Her eyes are like whited over where she's sitting in Renswa's lap, and she kind of tilts her head. It's like, huh.
as he is expunged from within this exoskeleton question mark, and then Amalia with a big old fat belly just lays down, pulls Smudge out of her belly, and goes, "Here's your cat back," and then gives him a couple hugs, and then he leaves.
Oh, you poor thing, Agathar. You start to leave and you hear Percy talk to you.
as you fly through the air and land on the roof with your rendezvous point, you can say something to him at whatever point in time you want to. Just keep in mind it will be audible to the Air Cochrane man.
I think, wait, doesn't he glide down?
Yeah.
He's not with anyone and he's gliding, right?
Correct.
So you hear, whispering your ear, Percival's voice from the lips of a cat. You are in so much trouble.
His head turns to like kind of look at Smudge, and then goes back to focusing, and just in this tired, defeated voice, you hear him just say, "Just put it on the list."
Look, I looked in at the wrong time, and everyone knows what's been going on. You need to come up with something about the whole massaging thing that benefits you. You have the swords. It's good.
They know about the rub down, Agathar.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm sorry.
Look, when I'm back, I'll explain everything. It's complicated.
I trust you. I do. Everyone is very scared. Is all. Please come back safely.
You know I will.
Good. Then Smudge gives you a lick on the side of your cheek before returning to being Smudge.
Mm-hmm. There's a little blush. I was just like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, but yeah, he just dives back to, the rendezvous point.
All right. There isn't
I get up,
much,
I tell everyone what's happening, and continue with him.
There isn't much ceremony, Agathar, as you are, as you present your photos and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just the photo I took of the device.
Not the extra photo?
No.
Really? Okay.
It wasn't his mission.
All right. He takes the. Do you give the camera back to him?
Oh yeah.
Okay. He takes the camera, takes the photo, examines the camera for any damage, and just gives you a nod. A job well done. It seems as if you took another picture. Might I ask what of?
Yes. Oh god, I actually don't have my sheet open. I was too engrossed to fucking everyone watching some squirm. Let me look at my notes.
It could be so easy to just be like, my feet. I fucked the first picture up.
There's something weird with Loden Hemrock's room. I think someone in my party would be helpful in identifying. I was going to run it by her first before I determined anything. I figured it was out of the scope of the mission, but...
Oh, well, any information regarded to any of the Death Lords could be very intriguing. May I perchance see this photo you took?
For a little bit of information in exchange.
Sure.
What do you know about the Archmage of Transmutation?
I don't know anything about the Lale Lulelo.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought that was gotten rid of.
Nope.
No. he sighs and then produces the photo of the very well angled picture of that alchemy set.
The man takes it and examines it. Oh. Well, this is quite the interesting bit of information, but we already knew about this setup. Would you like to know what it is?
Sure, and I think I have a piece of information that will be proved valuable in return.
Alright then. Well, he leans down conspiratorially. Luden Hemrock likes men, but he doesn't want to tell anyone else that. So he has a few escorts here and there that enter his room, and that he extracts what he gives them from. And then he uses it for the purposes of making more children.
Okay, I was gonna ask what do you mean, and then you don't need to.
Supremacy of his race.
Oh.
That's what this is.
Recycles his own stuff. Got it.
Yep.
Fucking gross.
Yep. But of course, you could never convince him. You could never tell anyone else. Or say that to him publicly. He would deny it all day long.
Well, obviously. Yeah, I overheard some people talk about escorts going to a certain person's room. I guess that makes sense. It's him.
Yes. He is certainly up there with the more twisted individuals.
Yeah. Now, I guess for my piece, there was a creature guarding the orb that's up in that tower. It's a creature named Amalia.
Really?
Yes.
We don't have any information on this thing.
Well, I would be happy to tell you all that I know for favors.
And what favors would you ask of us?
Well, maybe help securing our stolen cart that has been in the hands of one of the Death Lords.
We know
maybe
which one
future
it
assistance.
is.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe that will come in later.
Well,
I don't exactly have a solid thing in mind right now. It's been a long night.
I understand.
I'll concur with my allies, and we'll come up with something.
Confer, you mean?
Yes. Sorry. He rubs his face.
He gives you a small pat on your shoulder with his taloned hand. Just pat, pat. You did well tonight. You even got a bit of extra information, which is above and beyond your service. For that, I thank you.
Well, I aim to please.
You also came back alive, which is another boon in and of itself. I didn't expect you to perish. Do keep that in mind. But
you
it is
wouldn't
always
have been surprised.
Well, you are not wrong about that. It was a very dangerous assignment I gave you. But one you proved more than adequate in doing so. For that, we cannot thank you enough. Now that we have this picture of this generator, we can now get our Zim technicians to work on a way to counteract it.
I'm happy to be of help. No, let's get on back. I really need a drink.
Of course. He pulls out a small metal flask and offers it.
Agathar takes it.
Okay. Roll a con save.
Cool. Here we go.
You fail willingly.
Yeah, I still have this bless. Oh yeah!
All right, 22. It burns like fire, and it is very strong, but you hold on.
Agathar in his career of drinking has only been getting the super hard stuff, and he keeps saving on his con stuff.
All right.
He does his little like head shake. Thanks. And he closes it.
Surprising. Most people think it's too strong.
Oh, it's very strong. I'm not much of a drinker, and yet I keep choosing the hard stuff.
Yep.
You don't believe that? You wouldn't believe the night I had.
You should try out drinking my sister.
I thought I thought I had to bust out the sloppy top 10,000.
Well,
Gross.
that's what fire breath whiskey does. He corks he reseals the flask, and he leads you through the house down to the cellar and then into the tunnels once more. Slowly taking you back through them until you find yourself back inside the tavern. The underground tavern once again.
Yep.
He gives you another pat on the shoulder and just says, "You might want to go to your friends as quickly as possible. I believe they were getting a little antsy, so to speak."
Yeah. If you start hearing gunshots or sounds of incredible violence, that's my room.
But of course. And the two of you part ways as you scamper through a nearly empty tavern and up the stairs and to a room.
That's still fully naked. He is not. He's.
You got your
doesn't
clothing
give a
back.
shit. I know he got his clothing back, but he hasn't put it on yet.
Okay.
And Smudge is still padding along beside you, looking up with those little tall cat ears. Is like, "Are you all right?"
Yeah. He rubs his head. It's just a lot happened.
I think
Oh, I
he's
know.
doomed.
Hush.
Yeah. All will be explained in a minute. I don't know if I should duck. I don't know if Francois's gonna throw something at me.
Oh, I think you'll be all right. Maybe some harsh words and some finger waggling, but
Yeah.
Plus, you're
Yeah,
a small.
I'd rather.
Plus, you're a small target. You're hard to hit.
Well, not without my armor, but oh boy, I've been disintegrated many times. I think I can take this.
What?
And without context, he just opens the door. He gives
Like
a little knock.
Smudge was there for all that shit.
Like, yeah. Smudge looks to its shadow and says, "You wouldn't understand."
It's an inside joke.
Apparently, I wouldn't. Jeez, what the fuck?
But
Yeah,
there's a gentle knock, and then the door slowly opens.
and Soren's actually standing there, and he gets out of the way. And before Agathar can say anything, Soren scoops him up and just gives him a huge hug.
Welcome
Thank the
all.
gods you're all right.
The conquering hero.
Hi.
And does Renswa have a thing to say?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm
There's
currently in your
just-
lap, making it difficult for you to lunge.
My AC is 14.
I have the shield spell. I have the
I do
shield
have
spell.
shield. I do have shield prepared, and if it's ranged, I have better AC.
No. Because you see, she has a power far more strong,
The look.
which is the aura of a disappointed mom.
Oh no!
Yeah.
As there's just a force of presence that Agathar feels.
Refers to the
he's just
Kobe
like-
picture.
Especially because is he still naked?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, 2%.
He just has the bag of holding covered.
I just have the bag of holding.
It is tastefully always in the way.
For some reason, even though it doesn't need to.
Listen,
Yeah.
Ren. He's been through a lot. And come out of it a
And
lot
he
better
can
than...
start explaining. Can't
Of
he?
course,
So
he can.
I will give him plenty of chance to explain exactly what happened.
So Agathar, roll me
Uh-huh.
a wisdom saving throw versus the mom look.
Oh god. Oh no.
Can I
Come
give
on.
him advantage by being placating?
24.
24. Okay, you're fine. Vaelyn,
It's
did
a
you
DC
have
20.
Vaelyn? Before Agathar begins explaining, do you have anything that you would like to add?
Oh, you're alive, ragdolls.
See? Like I said, he's fine.
Vaelyn.
When
Hey.
did you say he'd be fine? I said he'd be fine.
I was agreeing with you.
Hey, Vaelyn. You're up. Or wait, you're back to. How are you?
In mild pain.
Here you go. It's empty.
Well,
I'm not hurting you.
I'm happy to have you back.
You got your drink. You're welcome.
Good to be back.
Now, now he kind of like slowly hugs Soren back. And okay, you can put me down now. I have a
Oh.
lot of explaining to do.
Right. Yeah, it's from what we've heard. There's Rens was probably waiting for you to tell us anything, really.
And he lets go of him and sets him on the ground.
Yeah.
So I have a
Um.
new boyfriend.
The list keeps growing. I'm sorry.
But
Had
he's
to try it
hot.
out. I had to try it out myself.
I had to try to the bad boy route.
I had to know if I was the one they were if I'm the one your girlfriend talks about.
Yeah. I had to see the competition.
Yeah.
So Agathar looks at Renslaw, who's just fucking towering over him.
No, I've got her locked down.
Oh yeah. But, like her stand.
Oh, and then Soren goes,
Right? Did you find the swords?
Yeah. And he reaches into the bag of holding and pulls out Migi and Hidari.
and Soren takes them and goes,
Oh, thank the gods!
So
Thank you so much, Aggie.
Soren, you are taken to a beach in your mindscape.
okay, so Soren goes, oh, thank you so, and then just goes silent.
And you know that scene in like all the Castaway movies where like, you know, two people are running at each other across the beach and it's like Soren, Migi and Hidari, Soren, Migi and Hidari. That's what's happening right now as the two
What
of
a
them
thruple.
as the two of them
I
bound
did it.
as the two of them just like bound across the edge of this island and just tackle hug you to the ground. Roll me a strength check at disadvantage because you're exhausted.
With
and
the belt, or
You don't have the belt. Oh yeah, you
Okay.
do have the belt, but you
do have the belt.
You have attuned to it. So yeah, never mind. Yeah, you have your belt strength. Sure,
all right, so that was 27 strength total, I think it gave,
I believe so.
or was it? Actually, I think it was 25.
Yes. 25.
Because it
Is
was
it
like a
fire
plus
giant?
7.
It's like blue
It's built a blue dragon strength.
dragon.
It was belt o blue dragon. Anyway, go ahead and roll a strength save or a strength check. The 17. Okay, you are not knocked to the ground both IRL and physically. Like everyone can see him kind of go blank and go ugh as he just kind of like takes a step back, but nothing further happens. as you are reunited with your two weapons, and they are currently just sobbing and crying, going, "We missed you so much."
Leave it to Soren to just leave us for VR.
And we can do that after Agathar explains himself.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody's like really looking forward to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
in fact, before you get too invested, the two of them just kind of put fingers on your mouth and go, "Now, shh, the show's about to start." And they both turn around, and like suddenly you're inside their little like temple area, and they pull out like a small little button on a black bar, and they click it, and you can see from like you're inside this temple, but you can see through your eyes what's happening.
An 80-inch TV comes out of the floor.
Yeah,
Pretty-
and he's basically
pretty
got
much.
I guess for the joke's sake, he's got Migi in his right arm and Hidari in his left arm, just pulling them both close as he just goes, "You've got everything, don't you?"
Oh yeah, man, like all the stuff.
Not everything.
There's one thing we're missing.
Anyway, moving on.
Hey, what would that be? And then the scene cuts.
Oh,
Continue, Agathar, please explain.
Agathar scratches the top of his head, and well, I don't know how much of the whole picture you guys know, but I guess I should explain the whole mission.
It would be helpful. I was
yeah.
going off what Smudge could glean from talking through telephone. Your slimy friend.
Yeah. So I had to. They painted me in gold so I could blend into the tower, so I could scale it. And Smudge, he looks at Percival. Smudge was an absolute amazing help. Thank you.
Of course. I wouldn't let you go on such a dangerous mission by yourself.
Yeah, thank you. And it was honestly a good thing we did the tower before this, because the tower was covered in glyphs. But anyway, it took me maybe an hour and a half to scale the tower. And then when I got into the very top where the device is that is causing this anti-teleportation effect, they had me take a picture of it. And when I took a picture of it, little did I know, this creature named Amalia is guarding it. But I think she was created because she's like a person, but also like a conscious gelatinous cube, if that makes sense. And she just reeked of transmutation magic. So I don't know if the transmutation archmage is in bed with the Death Lords, or maybe they just commissioned that creation off her. I don't know, but I'm fairly certain that she was created by the archmage, because I don't see even a very skilled wizard would be able to create something like that. Anyway, Amalia was very sweet and a little hungry, and so I had to use Smudge as a distraction so I can slip past and get inside the tower, because he kind of reels a little bit when he looks at Renswa. I was maybe gonna try to go to the tower tonight regardless, but
Why?
well, I wanted to get the swords back because I didn't know what Raymier was doing to them. But well, he's not who we think he is.
What's that supposed to mean?
He never killed his son. And I think...
What do you mean?
Well, exactly what I mean. Raymier had no part in killing his son. You saw how he reacted when I brought up his son. And when he caught me in his room trying to figure out how to get the swords out of their case, he thought I was... he thought I was an escort, but
I twitch.
I saw how tired he looked, and he just wanted nothing to do with me. And then he just, I managed to talk my way into staying, and then he just started venting about us and about
Amogus.
Immediately.
and-
Sorry,
sus again.
that shit was an involuntary reaction. My brain was just like fucking.
That's how I feel about the who knows.
Oh yeah, no.
That's what I'm at. That's what I'm at with it.
Continue, please.
Yeah, no,
And-
apologies.
You're fine. He just started venting, and he was talking about us, and he mentioned Soy Fang, and there's like a saying where you can really, a person shows their true colors behind closed doors, something like that. What I
You
saw,
didn't sleep with him, did you?
no, I mean, I'm here. Hold on.
I mean, not directly.
No, I'm here. I could have, but I didn't.
What happened to your
I
paint?
twitch.
Was it edible?
Technic. Well, let me. He's just like, let me get there. There's a
Oh
lot.
my god, it was edible.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
It was
Cue
edible
the
to someone.
fisticuffs brawl.
So I spent like 2 hours, like just with Raymier as he just,
I know.
yeah, he just started crying.
Yeah,
And-
I also heard of this.
Yeah, and I'm fairly certain that we're chasing the wrong mummy lord, but I don't know what to think anymore.
So you are 100% sure he did not kill his son?
He pulls out a little black box, and then looks at it. I have a feeling by the end of the night, I will be 100% certain. Because
Me
he's
Francois, roll Arcana to see if she knows what that box is.
Sure. All of you can.
With disadvantage, though.
Francois had a little bit too much
Little
to drink.
Vaelyn, actually.
It has a 13.
Yeah, I know. The. It's just 7. Yeah.
I'm the only still competent one.
With a 13, you have heard about devices like this. You don't really know exactly what it is. You need to be told like its function, but you recognize that you're like, it's on the tip of your tongue what it is, but you're not quite sure. Percival, that is a memory box. It is a device that you put memories in.
I won't do
Ren-
it.
Francois,
It's a
fucked
memory
up
box.
Rubik's Cube.
I so wanted to be like, it's a memory box, like a black box. but I won't do that. It's a memory box. It holds strands of memories that are placed within it, like a slideshow, only animated.
I see.
And if I'm guessing, he remembers his son was killed, but I'm sure he doesn't want to remember the details.
I mean, is it possible he put the memory of him killing his son in there?
One way to find out.
I don't mean to discredit what you're doing, but this man tore us down, stole our home, my home, and destroyed my ring. I'm not exactly going to pity him because he didn't kill his son.
Well, he did all of that because we're after him. This whole thing was started because of the information that we knew on hand. None of us knew the truth. He thinks Soy Fang killed his son. He
You
thinks
said that's impossible, correct?
yes, unless Anka did something with her memories. I don't know. I'm having such a hard time knowing what's real and what isn't. So I need to look into this, and I need to see her memories, and then maybe if everything is true, I can maybe extract that and then prove to him that she's innocent. Because I think he really does want to help this place, and I think we can all help each other.
There is a possibility if that is the case. Because if Raymier didn't kill his son, and Soy Fang didn't kill her son, and they've both been led to believe that the other killed their son, I only know one person around who would benefit from such.
That's my thought exactly.
Which, if that's the case, both of them and all of us are being strung along by her.
Didn't we also promise her entire country?
Well, if we can fully confirm that neither of them had anything to do with the son's death and it was all a game played by Anka, then, well, she's gonna get a box full of grenades in the morning.
So how do we go through this memory slideshow?
Well, he turns the box to face him and opens it. What does it look like on the inside?
You crack it open, and
Tiny
basically,
CRTV monitor.
basically the way it opens up is it cracks down the center, and two halves of it fold outwards and open, while so you know how like a cube has like different faces to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the bottom face remains where it is. It opens up on a corner, and those two side faces kind of like spread outwards, leaving just the top and the bottom kind of like in their same place. That's kind of like how it opens up.
Okay.
So, and along kind of like the line like the rectangular line that's created by this cube opening up, you see 12 different memories. Oh, 11. No, wait, it's 12. It's 12 different memories.
There's no labeling on them, it's just 12 strands?
Yes.
Are they, like, laid in a display-like fashion, or are they just kind of piled on top of each other?
They are laid in a display-type fashion.
When Raymier put that one strand in the box, did he put it in the more right-hand side of the box or the left-hand side of the box?
He's
trying to
just
figure
put
out
it on the top.
Okay.
And I would go so far as to say that you rolled like a natural 20, I think.
I think I did.
Yes. So you would know the way this works is the memories are automatically sorted from the most recent, from the earliest in someone's life to the latest in someone's life. So from left to right, you get first memory, last memory. So
Gotcha.
in a timeline, it doesn't matter what order he put them into the box in. They auto sorted to kind of play out like a movie, so to speak, rather than an anthology film. And the way you activate them is you run your fingers along one strand, and the box itself will kind of play it for you. Or you can pluck the strand out and place it in your own head, in which case it will restore itself.
Okay, but I can sort of put it on speakerphone, essentially.
Yes.
Okay. Without using the strand, essentially.
Yes.
Or using it up. Okay.
How about we get some sleep first? It's rather late.
You can go to sleep, Vaelyn. I can't sleep with this.
It was just a thought.
And with the earliest, he's going to place his thumb on it and start running his finger on it with the earliest memory.
Okay. Allow me a moment to get
At
some
this point,
music.
Valen's gonna be like, forget it. I'll figure out later.
Late
3
night
levels of
movie night,
exhaustion.
Vaelyn, join us.
3 levels of exhaustion. Yeah. Not gonna risk a 4th.
Talk to me when you get 5.
Hey, you technically need 7.
I have
exhaustion
had
to
probably almost 10 levels of exhaustion in this campaign. I don't want to hear it.
Well, hold on, you need 7 levels of exhaustion today. I'm halfway there.
It smells like bitch in here.
Just because you've had more than everybody else does not invalidate everybody else's, sir.
The thing is, above game, Vaelyn really doesn't have any conflict with Raymier.
He doesn't have conflict with Raymier.
Well, before entering Merzye,
Right.
All right. So,
because
the first
I'll talk
memory. You run your hand along the first strand of thought. And the box itself vibrates before it opens up with a fairly large cube that is displaying a memory from the current holder's perspective. You see yourself running through hallways, sprinting past large pillars in this big castle. You see a multitude of ziggurats stretched out as far as the eye can see. You see various undead tilling the fields nearby. You see necromancers walking around and ensuring that their undead are working properly and that their spells are up, that they're maintained. You see that this place, despite being in the middle of the desert, is an oasis of sorts. There's fruit that blooms, there's a cool breeze through the air. It's beautiful. Pristine. And as this person kind of looks away from the vista while still running, they slam into someone and end up sprawling around. And before they really have time to recover, a black-scaled hand comes into view. Young master, are you okay? And you look up and you see this tall, very muscular-looking black-scaled dragonborn with curled ram's horns and these fiery red eyes that seem to lock into your own, into Raymier's. He's dressed in simple servant's garb, but that doesn't really matter.
Oh no.
You feel the heartbeat in his chest. You can feel kind of like this twisting of emotion as Raymier does take this man's hand. And the two of them stand up and stare into one another's eyes for a long moment. Before Raymier just kind of goes, sorry, I gotta go to meet with my father. Raymier, sorry, you kind of knew that name already, didn't you? Well, of course I did. Would I, be within my rights to, give you my name, young master? Sure, but of course, a king should always know their subjects by name. That's what my father would say, at least. But what is your name? My name is Agarious. And I
Fuck!
thank you for,
Oh, fuck!
I thank you for, bumping into me, sir. And from there, the memory continues on. He makes the meeting with his father, and it's boring. His thoughts on the servant that he just met, and the stirring in his chest that he feels. The memory continues with the two of them meeting in secret, planning their little tryst, and enjoying one another's company. Curled fingers around curled fingers, the sounds of romance in the air, and love in the bed. And the memory ends with him cradled within Agarious. A whispered word of Raymier. I know it is outside of my station to say, but I think I truly do love you. And there's this skipping of the heart, a sense of disbelief and relief, as Raymier curls inside this much larger man's arms. I know. I love you too. And that's where the memory ends, as it sputters out, and the box curls back in on itself.
So, that was
Well, if I remember him saying something, his father caught them, and I'm verily certain that the father executed Agarious. I know they got caught, but I don't know what happened to him, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
There is another memory.
Yeah, I know. He's not gonna go to the one immediately next to it, because he wants to try to find.
Why not?
There's 12 members.
I know, right?
Look, guys, you don't need to stay up. You waited for me long enough. You should get your rest. Shad, knowing what the box does and that little thing that the little stick that he used to extract the memory, is it good to say that if he puts the memory in his own head and then when he's done looking into it, he can extract it back out? Or is that...
He could.
It could?
But at the same time, I don't hear anyone protesting seeing more.
Right, I know. I just wanted to ask that before anything else happened.
Just keep going.
Before he keeps going, he's gonna contact Soy Fang.
Okay. Roll me your intelligence check, please.
Oh, thank God! I thought I was gonna roll into that too.
All right. With a 22, you are able to make your connection to her easily enough.
Yeah. He starts off by, I want to thank you for letting me borrow that ability.
I'm glad it was of some service. Are you okay?
You were right about him. He was never capable of killing Agarious.
How do you know?
Look through my eyes.
Very well. And with that, you feel your vision being shared.
I start the...
In fact, your right eye completely blocks out. And the rest of you guys can see as what is Agathar's normal eye color?
Bright blue.
Yeah, one of Agathar's eyes, which is normally bright blue, turns purple instead.
And he will immediately... he will look at the box full of the memory strands, and then he will play the second memory.
Okay.
He'll say, "Fuck it, just go in order." We're doing a Netflix marathon at this point.
Aw, yeah.
With Soren just sitting there drooling behind him.
Oh no, Soren, you are allowed to take a seat to enjoy movie night as well. The girls are getting good popcorn material.
Yeah, but like physically, and Soren's just kind of like behind Agathar with a vacant stare.
All right. So, the next memory, it picks up almost immediately after the last one. The two of them curled in on one another. The warmth shared between the two of them. And then... well... and then the door slams open. And you see this 9-foot-tall, golden-furred tabaxi man that looks like a mountain stroll into the room, scaring both Agarious and Raymier at the same time. As this man standing before them is in regal golden robes that trail down to the floor, has a staff in one hand that has a serpent's head upon the tip of it with these two dark green eyes on either side of it. And this hissing visage to it. A kind of kilt-like thing of leather straps that just kind of like hang low, and a bare chest. As he stares at both Raymier and Agarious with this cold look. I thought that these rumors about my son being a sissy were false, but it seems as if they were true. And you are the cause of such weakness in my family, and I will have none of it, he says, pointing the staff towards Agarious, who stands up, and Raymier is just kind of like trying to hold him back, just like, no, please, no. And Agarious is like, no. It's okay, kitten. When I speak of us, he will understand. And he very openly, in front of this man's father, leans in and just gives him a kiss before letting him go and turning to face his father. Your empireness, my liege. What me and Raymier have done is nothing wrong. I believe that these customs we have in this country could use a bit of updating, and that true progress is not within the stagnation of the past, but within progress for the future. And your son is no sissy for loving who he chooses to love. No. This I tell you. Your son is far braver than any man that I have known before. And far braver than the likes of you, who sits behind such antiquated notions. So, if you wish to call your son a sissy, then you will have to go through me. And he crosses his arms and stands tall, still coming up short to the towering emperor, whose face goes from furious anger to cold calculation. I see. Then he grins. You know what? I think you will be of some help to me. And with a lunge across the room, he puts his hand around this man's throat and lifts him up, crushing it, before there's this pulse of yellow magic through his body, as Agarious is turned to a pile of ash. Filtering through the Emperor's fingers as he flicks his hand clean. Such common filth is below you, Raymier. Do not let me catch you with another, or I might not be so merciful as to just turn them into ash. Now clean this mess up. At which point he slams his spear into the ground and walks out of the room. Raymier is heartbroken. He crawls out of bed and stares at the ashen pile that was his love. And as he reaches down to try and hold him again, the ash slips through his fingers. And then gray turns to black as he begins to cry and sob over his departed lover. And the memory ends.
Next one.
Next one you go. You caress the next memory, and it opens up with what appears to be a few months later. Raymier is strolling through the castle, having been summoned by his father, making his way through these seemingly barren, empty hallways. The pristine paradise outside no longer what it was before. He looks to his left and sees his sister striding beside him, a solemn look on her face as well. You get this sense of camaraderie between the two of them. A love that is shared through trauma. As the two of them enter the throne room, long red carpets splay from the center to the very throne itself. The throne is this large golden seat with Nubian-style designs on the armrest itself, and a large visage of a snake kind of like spiraling up around the center before spitting outwards in a sign of ferocity, with these two large, dark emerald green gems set for the eyes. A copy of sorts of the staff itself that the Emperor carries. Inside the room, currently kneeling before the Emperor, is what appears to be a young Soy Fang. The two of them approach, and the Emperor looks to Anka and goes, "I did not summon you here, daughter. Leave. This is between your brother and me." She looks to him as if to say, "Do you want me gone?" And he gives her a look of, "Don't test him," and just shakes his head. She then gives him a bow, turns, and then leaves. The Emperor waits for the doors to shut before turning to Raymier. "Son, since you seem content with being weak, I have assigned you a bodyguard. This one will watch you day and night to ensure no more shame is brought upon this household. And mark my words, though. And mark my words. Though she is bound to you, or will be at the least, she will always answer to me." And with that, he pulls out what appears to be a ritual dagger and tosses it to his son's feet. "Make the pact and leave with your new servant." Raymier just looks between the dagger and Soy Fang, and she looks back at him with these cold eyes. Dead, emotionless. And there's a thought that comes to his mind. So you understand, don't you? Before he reaches down, takes the dagger, and slices his hand and hers before clasping them together, and with a few arcane words, the pact is sealed, and the bond is made. At which point, he leaves the room, and she follows. And that's where the memory ends.
Another one.
If anyone would like to, they may roll me an Arcana check on that particular pact.
Yeah. Is that essentially a blood pact that me and Veronica did?
No.
Okay.
Roll me an Arcana if you want to get more information.
29.
Ooh!
I kind of want Soren to win this just so Shad can explain how Soren would know this.
Go
7
ahead.
because
Aw.
I'm still
Well,
drunk.
No.
So, I have a couple of questions, but I'll let you go through that one first.
So this particular blood pact, Agathar, you have a little bit of experience with these things. You just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Been around the block a time or 12.
Yeah.
Minor
Hey.
blood packs.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
28.
Hey, look
I'm
at
right
that.
behind him.
Percival also knows with the blood packs and stuff. Don't
Witchcraft
worry about it.
is common knowledge.
Yes. The both of you would know that that particular pact that was made there is more of a ritualistic one. It's more of a passing on of ownership from one person to another, and less of one that is made with someone new. And going off of what the two of you know about, like, dead languages and arcane knowledge, that particular spell is going to bind the two of them until beyond even death.
So that's how their connection started. Okay. Fuck.
And sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, do you have more?
And another thing would be that that particular contract, what you would also imagine, would prevent her from harming him.
Makes sense.
In fact, with those high of a checks, the both of you would note that that contract, if she were to attempt to violate it and try and attack him, would result in her death.
Makes sense. Absolutely makes sense.
So, with that in mind, do you have any other questions about regarding your Arcana check? Either.
Maybe the. My question isn't related to this pact.
No. I mean, like, go ahead and say it.
A couple things. Does that ritual dagger look awfully familiar?
Why, yes, it does. It is the very same one you carry.
Okay, read. He hid it in the cart. I'll tell you where I was definitely thinking of where it's hidden, so I'll message you later about it because I've been meaning to do that.
All right.
But
yes, it is the very same
it's
ritual
literally
dagger.
the same dagger.
Yep. Either it is the same dagger, or it is an identical copy of the dagger that you last held.
Holy shit! That's how she recognized it. I just okay. Second. Oh boy.
Getting a lot of revelations this time, aren't you?
Yeah. God. Okay, and then do I get anything from Soy Fang as we're watching this, does she react at all to seeing the Emperor?
You get a reaction of null towards the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
She does not care for him nor love him, but she also does not, hate him or have any objective feelings towards him.
Okay. What about that?
To him, he is just the Emperor, and that's all.
That's it. Did I get anything from that that number 2 memory?
From the number 2 memory, you get a sense of surprise that he had someone before her. And that it was a guy at that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's gonna love this next part.
You get the feeling that she did not know. Yeah, he never told her.
As that third memory is fading, as he's kind of like checking in on her, in his head, he tells her that Dragonborn is the source of your son's name. That was Agarious.
I always wondered why he was so insistent on that name.
Yeah. Reminds me of Doug. Oh shit, that's my dagger.
Could be. There may be more or different ones.
Could have been mass made.
I would need to see your dagger again to get a certain look on it.
Yeah, well, we gotta... Hopefully they didn't throw out the skeleton that's in that cart, and he'll move on to the next memory. If nobody else stops him, he'll move on.
Memory 4. You can kind of feel Soy Fang getting a bit more... Like, throughout this entire memories playing, I want you to get the sense that the further it goes, the more embarrassed she gets. But this one takes place roughly 2 years later.
Okay.
As Raymier himself starts noting that he has feelings towards Soy Fang. And this is just a byproduct of the two of them spending literal day and night together. She is always standing watch over him. She is always at a constant vigil. She is the shadow in his step. She is the... Well, she is the pen to his teller, so to speak. There is never one without the other. And despite her cold demeanor, he finds that he enjoys her company. And it's in kind of a similar way as to how he spent the last few hours with you, Agathar. How he would just vent to her. How he would just give her very odd orders like, just stay with me. Let me hold you a little while longer. Let me just enjoy not being alone. And all of this really culminates whenever he is out and about, exploring his kingdom along the outskirts, when he is attacked by a group of Reuben assassins, which Soy Fang dispatches expertly. Considering she saved his life, and his growing emotions for her, the memory ends whenever he invites her to his bed. And the two of them share a very intimate moment as the whole thing sputters to a stop and closes off.
When that memory ends, after maybe a couple of moments of silence, he just stares at the cube and says, "That's exactly how he acted with me."
I'm sorry, what?
It's like that's how he acted with me.
Whoops.
You were with... You know what? That's how you got the memory cube.
Yeah. Sorry.
Do you mind if I dig through?
It's free game.
You feel her rifling around, just kind of like tossing out different file folders before grabbing the one and just like skim. And she's like, oh my.
He's crying like a bitch.
You really thought he was hot?
Yeah, suddenly he just jumps out of nowhere. He just jumps.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Let's move on.
Wow,
And he just presses
he
the
is-
next memory.
Wow,
Like Agathar,
wow, he has certainly got a lot more definition on him than he did back then.
If Agathar's like doing this like in actuality, it causes Soren to jump in the mind palace with Migi and Hidari. Goes, well, I wonder what's eating him.
This is the Soy Fang, just a Soy Fang. Look, I wasn't prepared. Yes, okay, I think he's very attractive. Get off my ass!
It's okay. I have fallen for his masculine woes and his effeminate nature.
All that hatred that I had towards him just went away. And I feel like I shouldn't feel this way to him, but I don't know how to process this.
I don't either. But you know what? It's fine. Your feelings are valid.
Look, that doesn't... It's not like I'm gonna go out of my way, you know?
Oh, but you're saying that you would if you had the chance.
Look, no. I have you, and that's what I care about.
And Soren.
And... me, yeah, Soren. Look,
And Veronica.
Veronica's a maybe. I haven't...
And Lana.
Lana was nice, but, you know, she didn't really care about me.
And Chucky.
Chucky, it just scares me.
Understandable.
You got all those, probably Vaelyn too.
You know what, I'm surprised you haven't said Zulamon, but also...
You know what? Him too. Thank you for reminding me.
Look, too many kids. Okay, look, we'll cross the bridge when we get to it, but with everything that's happened, look, it's
Too many
window
kids.
shopping.
Too many kids, says the kobold.
Too many... Look, I haven't... You're my first relationship, okay?
I know. Just pointing out the irony.
It's not lost on me.
Let's play the next memory.
Yeah.
Alright.
And yeah, and he's like, and besides all of that, if at any point it gets too much, you can check out, okay?
No. I'll be fine. I want to see.
Okay. And you know, I also felt some embarrassment there, so you're not the only one.
You feel a ghostly hand just rest on your muzzle and just snap it shut. The rest of you guys watch his mouth go from yapping to just tunk.
He plays the next memory.
All right. This one takes place a couple weeks after that first night. And Raymier has taken notice of a couple things. He sees that Soy Fang is no longer as vigilant as she normally is. How she's typically very sick in the mornings. And doesn't take much of a leap of logic to understand what has happened. And what you can feel from him and from Soy Fang are two different emotions. From Soy Fang, you feel shame and embarrassment. A sense of, I know what's coming, and it hurts to remember. But from Raymier, you feel this cold grip of fear. And you get the sense that he doesn't want a repeat of what happened to Agarious. So he goes to Soy Fang and he says to her, You are just a slave and a commoner, and while you may be pregnant with my child, you are not to make mention of it to anyone. Anyone at all. You are to be silent about it, and once you start showing, you're going to disappear until you have it. And then get rid of it. Leave it somewhere else. Somewhere far away from here. And with that, you can see through Raymier's eyes the first touch of emotion and enter young Soy Fang's eyes as they kind of feel hurt, maybe betrayed by the person that they thought cared about them. While in Raymier's mind, you can hear him thinking, good, I just need to keep it a secret for a little bit longer. If I can get her away, if I can get my child away, then he can't touch them. He can't hurt them. I won't let it happen. Not again, not again, not again! And the memory ends with him storming off, trying to ignore the sounds of light crying in the background. As that memory comes to a halt,
If nobody's got anything, next one.
you get from Soy Fang that
Mm-hmm.
I'd never expected him to think that way. I thought he was being just another noble.
Yeah. You're all wrong about him.
Going to the next... Oh, sorry.
Yes, he's...
Continue?
Yeah, he's just... I'm just scared. Scared son.
Alright. The next memory is a couple months into attempting to hide this secret, when his father barges into his room again, this time with a stone dais that is glowing with a bit of arcane magic. slowly turning it around. 2 seconds. It's slowly being turned around, and it reveals kind of a family tree of sorts. And the one avatar that represents Raymier currently has a glowing line attaching to it, and attached to a figure that looks very similar to Soy Fang. His father stares at his son. So, my son has proven himself unable to keep it in his pants, even around a female slave. Just when I thought you couldn't be even more of an embarrassment to this family. You impress me yet again. But you know what? It is no matter. At least this one isn't something that others will view you as being a sissy for taking. But you know what? Seeing as how killing your previous lover didn't straighten you out, maybe public embarrassment will do the same. You're going to tend to this child, and you're going to raise it as your own. And you know what? I might even force you to marry this wench over here. But that's for the future to decide. Maybe I'll be kinder and let you keep the child, but kill the slave. And with that, he puffs out his chest and leaves the room, leaving an even more anxious and fearful Raymier, knowing that his secret is out, and knowing that Soy Fang is in danger. He doesn't want her to be killed. But he also knows that his father is too strong for him. So he does the next best thing he can. He turns around, he slaps Soy Fang, and says, "You whore! You brought this upon me! Now, clean this room while I go elsewhere." At which point he turns and leaves the room, but the whirlwind of emotions within him soon has tears dripping down his face as he tries to bargain with himself. I did it for her. I did it for her. She'll be alive. She'll hate me, but she'll still be alive. And that's all that matters. And then the memory fades. So, how's everyone doing?
This is fucking. Emotional
No,
damage.
how
Luckily-
Everyone's like biting their nails and be like, "Oh no, we have him all wrong." And Percy's back here like, "He still took my ring. I did not care."
Like a
So-
boo fucking who. We all
Oh.
have shit going in our lives, but you destroyed my ring.
It was very important to me.
So Soren's still probably sitting in that mind palace with Migi and Hidari. And after these memories are all done playing,
They aren't all done playing.
no. I'm talking about the
ones.
current one.
The current one.
Like after the current one, he's going to just like almost offhandedly just go, "Well, you were in with Raymier and he had you captive. Did he do anything to you?"
Rensois leans up interested.
That was the Migi.
That was to Migi and Hidari.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
they shake their heads. No.
I think we need to have a talk with him. Set some things straight.
You saying that to
Maybe-
those two, or are you saying it outside? Or are you
to-
saying it out loud?
Saying basically just saying it offhandedly, just like almost to nobody, like he's thinking aloud.
All right. Well, they shrug and kind of say, I mean, like, it's kind of messed up that he's been through all this, but I don't know. He made threats. I don't think he did anything, but he made the threats. And then he talked to the golden boy, quotation marks, Agathar over there, about how he wanted to just kind of keep us away from someone who would misuse us.
Bitch.
He thought we were bad people. He probably wanted to keep you away from me.
They both nod before they hug him, and they say in unison, "But we know you're not a bad person, Soren."
He'll hug him back and say,
Thank you. I try not to be.
All right.
I think we just misunderstood him.
All right then. They both nod and then kind of like give like the little half and half gesture. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really know, man. And they just kind of
Yes.
one goes, "Who knows?" The other goes, "I don't, man." Before they just snuggle up with them a bit more.
and yeah, and Soren's just gonna say,
That's kind of why I want to talk with him. I want to know for sure.
and then he stays quiet for the rest of the memory viewing.
Okay. So, number 7. This next memory is more of a disjointed one. It covers Raymier seeing the birth of his son, and despite internally being overjoyed as he looks down at this cute little black-furred tabaxi kid with his purple eyes and his cute little ears and his big old fluffy tail that he got from his mom, he wants to coo and swoon over this child, but he can't. His father's in the room with him. So he very coldly turns to the doctor. This child's name is Agarious, and that is final. And you see both the doctor and Soy Fang very meekly nod as she is left alone. And Raymier, trying his best not to hesitate, places his son in the arms of a handmaiden and leaves the room as well with his father. The early days of Agarious growing up are spent with a very cold father. One that doesn't show emotion, that doesn't show any sense of positive affirmation, at least not in public. In private, when he is by himself with his child, he helps him walk when he's nearly 2. He swoons over his first word that he learned, which was mommy, even though it pains him in his heart that it wasn't daddy instead. And little Agarious grows up, the years melting away as this happy child becomes a bit more solemn and worldly the older he gets. The more his father pushes him away in public as if he's ashamed of him, and the more he tries to make up for that when they're alone. At least until the incident. There's a rebellion in the kingdom. The apprentices of the Archmage of Necromancy have attempted to overthrow him. And in the process, the Emperor was killed. Raymier remembers huddling up with Soy Fang and his beloved son, tight in their room as the war raged around them, as spells were cast and armies razed and destroyed in seconds. And then, in the end, he emerged from his room and found himself crowned the new Emperor of Suba. The Archmage having cleaned up his apprentices. And now, well, about to meet the new Emperor. And that's where this memory ends.
That crowning, was that like a ceremony, or was that...
It was more of a metaphorical one.
Metaphorical, okay. As these memories... I think he's also keeping an eye out for Anka. Because the start of that, like the earlier memories where they seemed close, he's like, maybe at any opportunity that maybe he has of seeing her in those memories, he's like making mental notes of her current state, I guess. He's trying to figure out where it went wrong.
Well,
And
you would know, or you would note at the very least, that while Raymier was very cold towards his son in public, his sister was the opposite.
Right.
His sister was more of the cool aunt of the group, constantly trying to direct his son's attention away from the fact that his father was very cold and calloused about any accomplishment he made, despite internally wanting nothing more than to do exactly what his sister was doing. For example, one particular memory was of a young 6-year-old Agarious playing a game of kickball and somehow scoring the game-winning point for his little kickball team. Of course, his sister was up in the air, just like, yes! Go, my little nephew, go! But despite wanting to spring up to show joy, to show compassion for his son, to show pride in accomplishment. His father was there, and he had to simply respond with, "Do better next time," and walk away before walking away. But that is kind of like the current state between the two of them. And you can kind of like sense a bit of a schism forming between them over how he treats his son.
Okay.
In the next memory, with his father dead, Raymier is crowned the new Emperor of Suba. The ceremony is beautiful and lavished, and Raymier is just unbelieving that his father is dead, that his mother is dead, that all this destruction and devastation was caused by 5 people. But he doesn't have much time to think as this towering, undead creature with these dark emerald green flames for eyes places a crown on his head and binds the new emperor of Suba to his servitude, granting him the staff his father once held, which is resized to meet him, and telling him that he has eyes everywhere, and that Raymier should do what is best for the kingdom, and that he will call on him when moves are to be made. After that, it's just a flickering of different memories of him slowly coming out of his shell and breaking those old habits of his to be a good father and a good partner to Soy Fang, to his son. And, well, within a year of his father dying, he's able to finally fully open up to his son in this heartfelt apology. Agarious, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I could never give you the childhood you wanted, the childhood that I wanted to give you. I'm sorry that I could only show emotion vicariously through my own sister. You deserve better than that. You deserve better than that. And Agarious simply shakes his head and hugs his father, around the age of 8 now. I know, Daddy. I know you loved me. You just couldn't show up because of Grandpa.
Our kid.
And the two of them collapse into each other's arms, crying, finally able to begin to mend what was broken. As that memory fades. And I would assume you play the next one.
That figure doesn't strike any memories with the visions that we've been having because of the orb.
Yes.
Agathar's looked at.
That is the very same figure that you saw striking down the 2 kobolds and the dragonborn atop the ziggurat.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Next memory.
Yes.
How old was when Agarious died? Was he a teen?
He was a teen.
Okay.
This next memory takes place over the course of 3-ish years. While Raymier, being the Emperor, he's coming out of his shell. Slowly showing more affection towards his son publicly. Just openly. Celebrating his wins. Not harshly admonishing him for the losses, but directing him with wisdom that comes with age towards a better chance at having another victory instead of a loss. Agarious himself is a athletic child, a rambunctious sort. Very physical. A lot more so than Raymier feels he ever was as a child, but makes sense considering who his mother is. And it is spoken by various people in these memories that Agarious here is a prodigy with the blade. And in various different memories along this stream of time, you see Agarious winning a couple different sword bouts with people that are far older than him. This determined look in his eyes and this grin of joy in combat. Something that his father never really had in him. And there's even mending between him and his sister as he's able to actually show more love for his child, and his sister is able to see that from him. Culminating in a moment where the two of them share a drink in a room. For 4 years he's been dead, and things have changed so much, haven't they? Yeah, they have. For the better, I would hope. I think so, at least. But then again, I have always been perfect. Wouldn't you agree? Perfectly full of yourself. Maybe. But then again, I don't mind this. I get to be lazy all day and talk to the people, while you have to do all the hard rulership stuff. Yeah. Keep talking. I'm sure that whenever we expand a little bit more, I'll find you a providence to take over. That would be wondrous, having my own little kingdom within the Empire. Yeah, I bet. Wonder what you would do with the place. Basic stuff. Lots of servants, as far as the eye can see, to worship me, compliment me, bask me in the joviality of their love for me. I'll bet. Well, you know what? I'll figure something out. I think there's something coming down the pipeline anyway. I wouldn't know anything about that, Mr. Emperor. Of course you would. And before the conversation can continue much further, he feels this gripping sensation around his wrist, where he's wearing this little snake-shaped cuff, this bracelet, that is currently gleaming a little bit with a bit of magic and clutching his wrist, signaling him that it's time for a meeting. Well, Sorry I have to cut this short, Anka. As much as I'd love to drain you of your wine reserves, I have better places to be. More the fool you. And with that, he leaves. And he slowly makes his way through various hallways and past a few paintings of his father, which he makes a mental note of removing from the walls later, before eventually slipping between a pair of walls really, into this hidden crack, down a hallway and into a secret meeting room where the Archmage of Necromancy waits. I see that you have arrived, Raymier. Good. We have much to discuss. There are stirrings within within Ruba and Tarandria. Talk of assault on our beautiful nation. I wasn't aware of these. Of course you weren't, because your spies are likely being paid off or not talking to the right people, but I have ears and eyes everywhere, and I know that something is brewing. So, what I recommend is a preemptive strike of sorts. Do we have the manpower for this? Maybe not the manpower, but we have other kinds of things to throw at these situations. And with that, this fiend grins, and the memory comes to a halt. The next one. Unless you guys have commentary.
It's just maybe Anka isn't part of this.
I mean, if she's not, then where do things turn sour?
I don't know why she would be. She was always very supportive of me and Agarious.
I look.
Could be a long con.
It could be a long con, or that archmage did something. But I don't know anything about him.
I mean, the best way to manipulate is to pretend to be your friend.
It's always the damn advisor.
Well, I never encountered this Archmage of Necromancy. Not this one, at least.
Do you think Master Mel might know of them?
They would have to. Or at least, I think so. Oh no, wait, you can't hear Soy Fang.
What if
Yep.
she's just starts talking through Agathar just out of reflex?
Agathar's mouth just opens and it plays like an old school radio.
Yes.
Like,
I mean...
talking like, well, that would have to be this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's gotta be this kind of thing.
She shrugs, or you feel an internal shrug.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe there's more inside these next... this next memory. I think I know what it would be.
I think I could do the same, where she would feel a ghost hand kind of softly tapping her hand to like maybe like try to hold it for her.
Alright, she holds your ghost hand with her own ghost hand. Ooh.
Second base. No, he'll play the next memory.
Alright, give me just a moment to grab different music.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
This next memory is... it's hard to watch. It is Raymier returning from a late night meeting with the Archmage, rubbing his eyes, tired, when he sees the door to his room ajar. He moves over to it and rounds the corner and sees... he sees Soy Fang currently staring down Agarious' body. The young 13-year-old tabaxi with a bit of foam at the mouth, dead on the floor. He looks in shock between his son and Soy Fang. And yet, before he can speak or say anything, she looks towards him with these burning pits of malice, of hatred in her her eyes and her expression. And before he can react, she's already there, about ready to run him through with a sword. But her hand seizes up, and her blade drops to the ground as she collapses into pain. He starts to hyperventilate. And then, in this fit of anguish, of rage, of overflowing emotions, he lunges forward and wraps his hands around her neck and begins to choke her. Why? Why did you do this? Why would you attack me? Why would you do this to us? And even as tears blur his eyes, by the time he's asking her, why would she do this to us? Why would you do this to us? He's already crushed her windpipe and killed her. Her heart collapsing as well as she did try and bear arms against him, and the contract takes hold. He drops her to the ground and rushes over to his son, picking him up and holding him, wiping away the spit on his face, and crying, sobbing, weeping, wailing, asking over and over again, why? Why did Agarious have to be taken from him again? And that's where that memory ends.
And there it is.
Sorry? Sorry, I need to see your perspective.
My perspective is I came into the room and I saw him dead. And
Oh, go for it.
And I caught the creature that took his life. It is a creature known as a death stride beetle. You see a flicker in your mind of a large black beetle with a skull upon its back. It is a creature created by a tier 9 necromancy spell. A spell that only the members of the Subin royal family could cast. I had thought it was him. I thought that he had been playing with us this whole time. But I don't see how he could have now. And the next thing you guys all know is you blink at various points in time. Soy Fang is suddenly there, hugging Agathar from behind.
I think as she has his arms wrapped around him, he kind of like looks down and kind of surprised to see that she's just here. And his arms slowly just rest on hers and then just mimics the embrace as I look at the others. Then the Archmage, he wouldn't be able to cast that?
He would certainly have the capability of doing so. Him or his apprentices.
Would anyone else?
Just the Subin royal family. It was a spell designed to keep control over those in the nearby area.
So, either the Archmage and his apprentice did it, or Anka did.
Or yeah.
I don't...
The Archmage didn't have any more apprentices at that point.
So it was him or Anka. But why would Anka kill her own niece and nephew?
I don't think she
Because she very well could have. Remove the next in line. Remove her brother's will to rule. And claim that spot on the throne for herself.
And there's... to gain ownership of that entire empire instead of just one small land. The more people to praise her.
If it was, then the alternative is that it was the current Archmage at that time. In which case, well, they're clearly not around anymore.
There might be more context. There's 2 more left.
Are you sure you're okay to keep watching?
I'm stronger than this. I want to know who killed my son.
I just nod and I play the next one.
The next memory that comes up is Raymier standing over a small dais where his son's body is being laid to rest at. Soy Fang's body is nowhere near.
Makes sense.
And you get this sense of thoughts churning around in his mind, over and over again, coming back to the facts. His son was murdered by a tier 9 spell. A spell designed to summon the Death Stride Beetle. A spell that was only known to himself and other members of the Subin royal family. That and the Archmage of Necromancy himself. But the Archmage doesn't care who sits on the throne, so long as they are subservient to him. So that really only left just his sister, who had been so kind and loving to his son. His sister who'd been so supportive of him and Soy Fang when they needed it. Was everything she really did all a lie? What was he supposed to do now? He was all alone. Again. And that's where that memory ends.
Well. And Rincewa kind of looks at the last memory. I hope that one provides a bit of context. Because how did he go from realizing it couldn't have been Soy Fang to thinking that it was? Unless
Anka gave her a scroll of it, because Soy Fang is capable of casting spells through skulls.
Or he removed this memory long ago and hasn't had the will to look at it. Remember his son's funeral. Remember the realization.
I can't exactly blame him. But it could be.
Well, one way to find out, I suppose.
In for a penny, in for a copper, and he plays the final memory.
All right. The final memory. The final memory is him standing atop the ziggurat, staring down at the battle lines forming around his kingdom. His eyes going to the right to see his army of the undead taking on the Reuben army that has come to destroy him. He looks off to the left to see Tarandria with all of its dragons and all of its dragon riders, its knights, its men, its women, coming to destroy him as well. And all he can think about is, why? Why is all of this happening? He hears a small explosion of magic to his left, and he looks over and sees the Archmage of Necromancy slaughtering swaths of people and snap animating them once more, putting the meat back to use in the grinder of war, and laughing about the whole thing, reveling in his power. As he is left here on the defense to ensure that his city is safe. He hears from behind him, "Well, brother, you killed your son, and you've sided with a monster. And all for what? A bit more power?" He turns to her with this feeling of incredulity. "I killed my son? I loved him. Agarious was mine. And you think that I would do that to him? It was your spell, wasn't it, brother? No, it was yours! And you forced Soy Fang to try and kill me! You did that yourself. With your actions. With trying to rid yourself of this stain upon your honor, brother. What honor is there in this? What honor is there in you? So I see you've lost yourself to madness. I see you won't see reason. I hate what you've become. And I hate that you let that thing poison you. My eyes are open, dear sister. They're open for the first time in forever. I see you for what you are. Another snake. Come to take my head like everyone else. Well, come on! Take a shot at the king and see where you fall. Anka just shakes her head before drawing forth a wand as he draws forth his. You know what? Maybe if I kill you and bring you back, you'll have some sense knocked back into you. At which point the battle begins. The two of them throwing spells back and forth, raising armies of the dead from pouches and bags of holding, having them clash in the center as if they were two generals on their own battle lines, all while ducking and weaving between their undead horde, throwing out spells that turn skeletons to ash, others that immolate large swaths, and at the same time countering each other's spells every now and then, two evenly matched casters. That is until a large explosion rocks the very foundations of the ziggurat, splitting it right down the middle and leaving the two of them on opposite ends of the rupture. As Raymier looks around, wondering where it came from, what happened, and he looks over to see the Archmage and Necromancy disintegrate into ash. And then he feels an impact on his chest. And then falls. The memory begins to flutter to a close as he thinks of his son. I'll see you soon, it seems. And then nothingness. The memory ending.
So if he didn't make himself into a mummy lord, who did? Did Alka reanimate him?
No. Subin, Subin tradition is the royalty are embalmed and preserved as mummies. Not as mummies, but they're embalmed and wrapped around.
But he isn't now.
It still doesn't answer what brought him back.
Strong emotions. The bag of beans that was apparently used to bring both his and his sister's pyramids to the surface?
Bag of beans was used?
There's a magical artifact known as a bean, a magic bean. You plant them, water them, and they perform a random effect. And one of those effects is evidently bringing to the surface one of the embalmed tombs of Suba.
Thus bringing back the two of them.
She nods.
So how did you wind up in that whip?
Raymier had my soul ripped from my body and placed into a whip. As punishment. And then his sister found me. I told her what had happened. And her and I think you feel her sifting through your memories, Agathar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Her and Mel hatched a plan to take him out. But she wanted to try and talk some sense into him first.
So I think then the Archmage maybe killed his son to start a war, or to blind Raymier into getting into one, or
Francois.
I don't see the point of that. Yes.
Francois, would you be so kind as to roll me a history check? And I will say without disadvantage because you've had time to sober up by this point in time.
This
Yeah,
is all
that's-
very sobering.
These ones very sobering.
Yeah. 14?
You don't know where you've seen it before, but you're pretty sure you've seen a death stride beetle before.
I mean, would it be from one of the Mel's memory orb visions?
Bingo.
Why, if that was the case, Agathar would have caught that as well, because he got
He
caught
did
up on
not.
the orb.
He did not have that specific memory though. That was one
Oh.
specific to Francois.
Oh, okay. I thought he got caught up. Okay.
It would have been recorded in the crystal.
Oh, that's true.
Francois, it would have been indeed recorded in the crystal.
Yeah. I have a thought. Hold on. Oh, God damn it. Please, someone tell me that it's in Agathar's bag normally, right?
No, you were the last one to have it.
Okay,
You
it's
never-
in my bag.
Yeah, you never
Okay.
gave it back.
I
to
knew
me.
it was in someone's bag of
It was
holding.
in a
It was a
bag,
question
yeah.
of whose.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's like
It was never
she
passed
will
back to Vaelyn.
yeah, she will dig open her bag and start combing through it for the memory crystal.
You find it easily enough.
Yeah, she'll dig through,
All right,
pull it out, and turn it.
and start parsing through the memories.
Yeah.
There is a memory of that kobold, of that tiny person speaking to Anka, and then later moving over and plucking a beetle from the sand before whispering a spell to it and growing it into a large black beetle with a skull on its back, and then sending it off into the air.
As Rensois will kind of pull the memory crystal away from her forehead. And just look kind of mildly distraught towards Agathar.
What?
She'll just hand him the crystal. It's just watch.
Yeah, I take the crystal and I sift through the memories.
It should be near the end. Actually, I think it is the one at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you've been rolling so good at prevent dreams.
Yeah.
You see that kobold take the beetle and summon it forth before sending it off. And then A small time skip later, Anka arrives, and the two begin to discuss.
What did they discuss about? I can't remember.
The memory itself is muddled, but they begin to discuss plans for...
I think it was battle plans.
Battle plans, yep.
Oh, fuck. At the start of these memories, it was the kobold. The very first memories. This is where we first saw that necromancer
Yes, the red kobold. It started off falling
from
And
like a
then
Blue.
blue kobold falling
Blue
into
kobold.
the Shadowfell, turning into black kobold, escaping with the help of a red dragon's soul,
right.
and then meeting up with band of people, believe is killing them.
Right.
Then meeting up with Anka for this whole thing.
Right. And the very, very beginning of the
And-
first memory, it was of them just like for a flash, they were fighting on that ziggurat. I'm just trying to confirm if this was one of the.
No, I think this was one of the students of the necromancer because it said, so this is where he sent me.
Yeah, that's
And
where I'm thinking.
yeah, and the reason why we think it is Mel because Anka did say Mel's name. It was in that memory.
Was in that memory, she said Mel.
She did not say Mel in that memory.
I was about to say, I don't remember that.
No.
Anka does know Mel, and Mel...
She does know Mel.
And she did
Yeah.
cite Mel as being one of the people that, kind of like helped her rise to power, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, if this keeps going, I have a plan.
Yeah. Okay, because I have in my notes one of them, Elvira or Noriel. I don't. It doesn't. I didn't label which one was the blue kobold.
Elmvira was the blue kobold.
Okay.
Well, is Agathar done looking at the memory?
Yeah. Yeah, he slowly lowers it and then just rubs his head and just like looks at Renswall as distraught.
She'll reach over, grab the crystal, and she will turn and look to Soy Fang. You said you knew Mel back then, right? That you spoke with her and Anka?
Yes. They said that they were going to help avenge my son.
But that was after the resurrection.
She is going to hand Soy Fang the crystal. I need you to look at the last memory written in that crystal. And I need to know if that's Master Mel, as you knew her back, or someone else.
It was one
Fine.
of the five. It was Elvira, right?
She looks at the last memory and she pulls the crystal away and nods. Yes, that is the one they call Mel.
Oh, fucking god! Why the hell have I been? My mind plate likes to do weird things.
Oh.
I will note that Soy Fang did not watch the part where she summoned the beetle. She watched the ending part where Anka rode up.
Rensol will look at her. You watch the whole memory.
You told me to just watch the last bit.
The last memory, the whole thing in there.
Hmm.
Go back a bit.
She puts it back to her forehead. And after a moment, she drops the crystal. Oh. So. They're the culprit.
So, you're supposed to tell me that mother killed your son.
She begins to slowly push her hands against her face and gets this look of mania to her eyes.
Rensoir will dip down, grab the crystal, and is going to gently reach up and gently grab her wrists.
Yeah, Agathar was gonna softly fold her arms.
All these years, all these decades, centuries, millennia of hatred, of wrath, of never knowing peace. Believing that he was the one. Of him believing I was the one. Of his sister believing he was the one. All for what?
Hey. And she'll kind of tilt Soy Fang's chin up to kind of try and get the manic eyes to focus on her somewhat. We'll figure this out.
I am going to give everyone here the option of a high or a low.
Oh, no.
I need a collective agreement. We calling high on this one, or we calling low on this one?
Does Rensoir get to finish her statement first?
I will say yes. Go ahead.
I am well aware that this looks bad. And that is coming from someone who calls her a mother. The last time this situation was rushed into, it ended poorly for everyone. And if Mother is involved, she is not someone to rush into.
Okay. All right then. Agathar, do you have anything to add?
I mean, Rizzo kind of said it perfectly.
Agathar will try to try to help. He wants to, with the connection, it's not like anything forced, but it's like kind of just ways of like trying to keep her grounded and not, trying to help her keep her cool, and try to keep her from going fucking nuts. But I mean, Rental kind of said it as well as I could have put it, so I think he wants just to try to help, to try to keep Soy Fang grounded and try to get her to listen and try to not have her rush off and, get the both of them killed. Yeah, I can't think of a better way of putting that, honestly.
All right. Francois, I'm going to ask you to make the most important check of tonight's session.
No.
I would like you to roll me a persuasion check at advantage because Agathar is helping. Or, if you would like to, you may have Agathar roll it instead. At advantage because of your words.
What is your persuasion?
+2.
Mine is a 0.
Yeah.
Go for it, buddy.
I can't skim through that book I stole to give myself partial.
Hey,
No.
can I use a
Hold up.
message scroll to contact Enwyn and have her come in because she's a bard and probably has expertise in persuasion?
I will.
Guidance, motherfucker.
Very, very minor aside. There is no time to cast guidance on this.
Damn you! Fuck! Alright. Okay. Oh shit. Alright, here we go, gamers. Persuasion. Okay, 18.
18. Okay. I'm gonna roll a thing.
Yes, I'd like to cast Calm Emotions.
27.
Oh.
Don't fucking do
Oh.
this. Don't do this to us, Shad.
Oh.
Chad, calm the boner.
Ooh,
Calm
it's
the boner.
great. Oh, it's so good. It's so juicy. I'm gonna type in a chat what
I
she
will leave
rolled.
right now.
All right. Drum roll, please, as to what she got.
Do it. Just do it. Of course, she got a natural 1.
That's good for
knew
you.
it.
That's good for you.
Is it? Okay, good.
Yeah. So, you see her look between the two of you, and Agathar, you could sense, like, going up to this point, you could sense tension building within her, and you could feel as if that third eye was about to split open and she was about to go into combat mode. But instead, she just collapses between the two of you and begins to cry.
I just hold her. I put like kind of like wrap around my head, my arm kind of around her head, so like my hand is kind of like holding the back of her head, and then like my head is just leaning on top of hers. I just let her just collapse into me.
I don't think anyone had noticed, with Percy in the background, clutching that wand behind her back, ready to kill a bitch.
And also me.
No. I mean,
He is like,
the funny thing is, it might be a wand that can cast fireball, but it's also just a wand. A focus is a focus.
Oh yeah, but whatever damage she takes, I also take.
Oh, who said I was gonna damage her?
That's fair. Temporary banishment.
Banishment? No. a toss-up between polymorph or curse.
Oh no.
Fair enough on
Or
both.
blight.
Yeah.
No, blight would probably wouldn't kill her.
That would kill me first.
It raisins
Friends.
Agathar before it hurts Soy Fang.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could have also done Phantasmal Force and just thrown Mel in there, and I would have distracted her.
Oh my god.
There.
Francois just will lean down and or kneel down next to her and kind of like rub her back gently and kind of like comb her hair a little bit, just silently.
Oh, what?
She
rest for
doesn't.
tonight.
Yeah, I was about to say she doesn't say
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. We rest tonight.
That's not what I
Francois,
mean.
Francois will toss Percy the crystal
Snatch.
so that you have an idea of what's going.
I do the thing.
Yeah.
You see the thing.
She's about as stone-faced as she was before she watched it.
Look,
I-
this is my problem, and
I
The
fucking
rock.
knew about her.
And
The
it's like,
rock
I
is
already
different.
did not like her.
yeah, that's just kind of doubles it down, honestly.
This proves my point exactly.
Look, I was already ready to kill her. You don't give me another reason.
She's kind of like size.
My murder boner can only get but so large.
No, yeah, she's stone-faced, but that's Percival on a good day. It's like you're trying to console her, and Percy just like rests a hand on Rensorow's shoulder and squeezes. I am here for you as well.
Don't want it to be her. I don't know what we're supposed to do if it was her.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, we have quite the mess to clean up here. Let us focus on the now and take care of that later.
And with that, all of you eventually find yourselves asleep. Francois and Percival curled up in one corner of the room on their own little bed. Soren seated in another corner of the room, propped up against the wall, having silent conversations with Migi and Hidari, telling them about his adventures without them for the day. And them trying to distract both themselves from the heavy material they just witnessed, and trying to add some levity to Soren, try and tell him about all the new ships they made. And Agathar, you go to sleep in Soy Fang's arms as she clutches you very tightly to her. And Vaelyn, you're already asleep. Unless you chose to be awake during all that and then fell asleep now, in which case, yeah, sure.
Yeah, whatever works. He's tired. But he doesn't.
Soren, we shipped Blot with Smudge. So
We should blight with Fireball. Wait, no, that was Percival.
well, this is a good combo.
Yes.
Vaelyn does not sleep very well.
No one sleeps very well.
Obviously, it's very
excuse you. But,
Except
like,
for
you get to
Brooklyn.
hog the inability to rest.
But eventually you do all find some form of sleep. Troubled with thoughts of betrayal, of if your master was truly capable of the feat that you think she is.
Yes.
And eventually sleep takes all of you. But whenever you all wake up, you find that Soy Fang and the memory box are gone. A solitary note left behind. The note reads, I'm going to see him, Agathar. I must mend what was broken. Even now, my heart still feels for him. And for you. I will return, my dearest. And that's where we end session for today.
Fuck you, Shad.
Get me off this crazy ride.
All right. So
I
Agathar, say bye to the people.
I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Go to hell, Shad.
2 sessions in a row, baby.
We're making a third.
Percival, say bye to the people.
Take me with you.
Francois, say bye to the people.
Goodbye.
Yee. And Soren, say bye to the people.
Goodbye. I got to spend good time with the twins.
Yee! Always. Vaelyn, say goodbye to the people.
goodbye, everyone.
Alright. Remember, if you enjoy our content here, if you love what we do, to like, comment, and subscribe for your weekly YouTube and Twitch content. Hopefully we'll be back to streaming soon within the next couple sessions or so. Regardless, you can always find this VOD and the recording of it on the YouTube channel at youtube.tv/DeathlyShad, or just look up Rains of Vitrium, however you want to find it. And, well, I believe this is part 38, right?
Something like that.
I can't tell anymore.
They all blend into one another.
Yeah, they kind of literally do.
But you know what? Why don't we get for the recording? Episode title, everyone.
Oh god, I thought of one earlier. The past can't stay dead.
Digging up the past.
Ooh.
Sands of Time.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Real life kobold.
I was thinking something along the lines of like recollections or revelations or memory lane. I don't know.
Something
esoteric.
Dreamwalking.
Box.
What's in the box?
mend what's broken? Nah. I can't think of any.
A mending spell will fix that.
I'm sure we will think of an episode title whenever we actually stop recording.
Yeah.
But at any rate, from all of us to all of you, goodbye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.